So this is an Ace Jubilee Viceroy. Just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Front of the van, we've got the jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll demonstrate these to you in person here on site. In the front locker, you have your two gas bottle tie downs, and on the bulkhead you have your gas regulator. We do have the gas pipe work available to buy here on site should you need it. Then you can carry a maximum of 2 6kg propane gas bottles at any time. Coming down the side of the Caravan, you've got your water pump connection. Very simple to use, blue trigger, you pull it back and release it from the side of the Caravan, and you push it into place and lock it in prior to using it. You need to make sure the pickup pipe is completely submerged in water prior to turning the water pump on. At each side below that of the Caravan, you'll see the 2 wind down legs to stabilise the Caravan while it's on site. They are just there for stabilising, not lifting the van. You've then got your heating and hot water flue. The heating and hot water flue is very simply there to allow the heating system to breathe. You need to remove it prior to igniting anything on gas inside the Caravan or using the heating and hot water. In the locker on the side of the Caravan, you'll find your mains power lead that connects to the power on site and comes straight into the side of the Caravan. You'll then find the battery box with the 2 battery terminals on top, the quick release terminals where you can release the battery should you need to. Coming further down the side of the Caravan, you've got the motor mover, which will demonstrate to you in person here on site, and we'll also torque the wheel nuts to the correct setting prior to the Caravan leaving site. We've then got the waste water pipe, so the fresh water goes in the front of the Caravan here, and then down the side of the van you've got your 2 grey waste pipes that come out the side of the van. 2 grey pipes go into the larger diameter holes, then drop down inside the waste master. To use the toilet system, you'll need to open this door up here, and you'll need to fill it with 3.5 litres of water and a capful of the pink fluid prior to use, and that is your toilet flush tank. Then below that you have the toilet waste cassette, which you'll release by pulling up the orange handle at the bottom and pulling the cassette towards you. The orange neck here turns out 90 degrees so you can tip the waste away. The grey cap is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid. And on the back of the cassette you've got your orange pressure relief button, so when you're tipping the waste away it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. On the rear of the Caravan on either side, you've got the 2 wind down legs again, and again they are just there for stabilising the van, not lifting the van. Coming down the door side, you've got your 2 fridge vents. The 2 fridge vents are very simply there to allow the hot air at the back of the fridge unit. Then down the front left hand side, at the bottom there, you'll see the last wind down leg. Going on to the inside of the Caravan now. As you come into the door inside the Caravan on the left hand side, you'll see the main control panel. To turn the power on in the Caravan, you need to use the button here. You'll press and hold to turn it off, and then press to turn it on. You've got an indicator here to say you've got mains power coming into the Caravan from the Caravan site you're on. Bottom left hand side, you've got the switch to turn the car, to allow the power from the car to run to the Caravan rather than the power from the Caravan battery. So you need to select this when you're towing. Battery for the Caravan, when you're on site, you'd need to have the red light illuminated here, and like I said, when you're towing, you'd have the red light illuminated here. You've then got your water pump run on the end here, which I'll come back to in a moment. At the top, you've got your voltmeter for the Caravan to indicate how much power you've got coming into the Caravan from the battery, or how much power you've got in the battery on board the van itself. The first thing you're going to need to do when you come into the Caravan is make sure your yellow drain down valve is flat with the floor at the front of the Caravan, just in this front locker, which is just down there on the floor. The yellow valve is how you fill the water system up essentially. If that yellow valve isn't flat with the floor, as it is at the moment, then you will not be able to fill the water system up. If it's upright and pointing towards the bottom of the seat, it will drain all of the water out of the system onto the floor underneath the van. So once that yellow valve is flat, then you can start preparing to fill the water system. The other thing you'll see underneath the seat on the right hand side of the Caravan is your 240 trip switches. So on this particular van, you'll see you've got your battery charger on the end here. This needs to be on at all times. You've got your electric water heating in the middle. So you'll need to turn this switch on to allow the water heater to warm up on electric. Then on the end, you've got your space heater power switch, which is for your heating on board the Caravan. I'll show you how this operates in a moment, but this is the only switch you have for the electric water heating on board the Caravan, and like I said, that needs to be on to warm the water up. On the left hand side here, you'll see this black switch. If you hit this black switch and this switch drops down to the bottom, it means you have mains power coming into the Caravan. If you press the button and it stays up, it means there is no mains power coming to the Caravan from the Caravan site you are on. Once you have the switches in the correct position underneath the seat there, you can come over to all the taps on board the Caravan and open them all up on the hot side of the water system. Once these taps are open on the hot side, you can then come to the control panel as you come in the door and turn the water pump on. Once you turn the water pump on, the water system will start filling from the aqua roll on the outside of the van. And once you have water running out of all of the taps continuously on board the Caravan, you can shut all of the taps back off. And that means your water system is completely full. At that point, you can start warming the water like we did with the switch underneath the seating area there on the right hand side for the electric water heating. But what you'll also find is you have gas water heating on board the Caravan. And that's where this control panel here comes in. And this is just on the side of the wardrobe, as you can see, so on the opposite side to the fridge, on the side here. The dial on the left hand side is your gas water heating. You can spin this dial round to the flame symbol at the bottom. The green light is an indicator to say it has ignited on gas, and if it fails to ignite on gas, the red light will appear in the back here, as you can see. On gas, you can actually control the water temperature between 30 and 70 degrees. On mains power, it's a preset temperature, and if you're showering on board the Caravan, we do advise you use gas to warm the system up. So that is your water heating on gas and electric. On the right hand side here, you've got your dial for the ultra heat, which is your heating, which comes out of this heater down here. You will need to select the correct power source down the side here, which is either 500, 1000 or 2000 watts. And you need to use the grey dial in the centre here to select that power source. Like I said, it will depend on what site you're on to what you set this to, so I do advise you ask your site office when you arrive on your holiday what they recommend setting it at. You can then control the temperature of the heater on the dial in the centre here between 1 and 9. The higher you go with the number, the hotter the heating will be. Obviously, the higher you have the amount of watts down the side here, the more efficient the heating will be also. So it'll warm up a lot quicker if it's on 2000 watts, and it'll also warm up a lot more efficiently. So the heater itself is just down here, and you can actually use this heater on gas also. So that's where this dial here on the left hand side comes in. So you spin this dial around to between 10 and 9, hold down the gas valve, and when it ignites on gas, you'll have a pilot light in this window down the front of the heater. Once that pilot light is lit, you can slowly release the gas valve after 5 to 10 seconds of it being ignited, and then you'll be able to control the temperature of the heater on the dial on top between 1 and 10. When you put the switch back to the off position, or the 0 here, it means the gas is isolated again. The switch on the opposite side of the heater on top here allows you to control which way the heat works, so whether it comes out the front of the heater or through the little white vents that you see around the van. The dot here in the centre will indicate the heat's going to come out the front. The wave symbol on the left hand side will indicate blown air, and that's where it will come out the vents around the Caravan. And you can actually control the fan speed with the dial on top. The higher you go with this, with the number on the front here, means the higher the blown air heating will be, fan speed wise. So that's continuous blown air with the wave symbol. On the opposite side you have A, which is automatic blown air. So essentially it cuts in and out with the thermostat on board the Caravan. Next up, we're going to come to the fridge. The fridge has a power button on the front. You press the power button and the fridge will come on. Now you have 3 different power sources for running the fridge. Okay, so at the moment you can see that it's running on mains power, and if it's on mains or gas, I can control the temperature of the fridge by pressing the button on the right hand side. The higher these bars are, the colder the fridge will be. To change the power source, use the grey button on the left hand side. So when I press it, we've got 12 volt mode, and that is the 12 volt from the car, not the Caravan you are towing with. So essentially what will happen is the 12 volt mode will allow you to run the fridge as a cool box as you are travelling. If I press the grey button again, it goes to the gas mode. Now if it fails to ignite on gas, very much the same as what it did on the 12 volt, it's going to flash the blue light here at the bottom. And it's also going to bring up a 9 and a spanner symbol on this top right hand side. But if it is ignited, the blue light will stay permanent, as you can see here. Let's put it back onto 240 mode. The microwave works like a household microwave. However, when you're travelling down the road, you do need to make sure you remove the microwave plate from inside, as if it comes out, it could potentially damage the inside of the Caravan. Hob, grill and oven all work very much like your household appliances, no difference at all there. The only difference being is the electric ring at the back here works on 240 mains, so if you're not on mains power, this electric ring will not work. Going into the bathroom now, you have the toilet system. The toilet system has an electric flush on top of it, which you see here with the blue button on top, allows you to flush the toilet. The red light here illuminates red when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. The toilet seat itself turns for your convenience, as you can see. However, when you remove the toilet waste cassette from underneath the Caravan, it needs to be back in the central position. The last thing we're going to show you is the toilet waste handle at the bottom. If this toilet waste handle is in the central position, it allows you to remove the cassette from underneath the van. And when you want to use the toilet, you need to make sure it's pushed across to the wall at the side here so the waste goes into the cassette underneath the van. So this is the Ace Jubilee Viceroy. If you have any further questions on the Caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business, and we look forward to seeing you here on site again soon. Thank you for now. Bye bye.